So I'm Randy, I'm an alcoholic.
Randy.
And incredibly grateful to be here today. Shakith just reminded us that Dan Fonte, most of you probably didn't know him, but Dan Fonte passed away yesterday.
Oh.
He had almost 30 years of sobriety, and he was a big primetime guy. Well, he wasn't really a big primetime guy, but his sponsor was our sponsor. He was like a brother to me a little bit, but he was very ill, and it's probably best that he's moved on. Probably having a meeting today with Bob and Ted. Probably was his first stop as soon as he was released from his body. Hey, I know that's where I would go. Anyway, you know, it's so funny. I drove up to the primetime retreat last night to be part of that because Big Frank was leading the meeting, and I felt like it was important to be there to hear Big Frank and just be part of that primetime legacy thing that was going on there. And it became very clear to me that the only thing that matters is what I'm doing right now in this moment. I have a disease called alcoholism, and we talk about it a little bit every day in this meeting because this meeting's about principles and application. It's about doing something. It's about having an experience right now. But in order to do that, for me, as an alcoholic with alcoholism, it's like I have to remember that there's a reason I'm here. I'm not here because I'm a great guy and I want to grow spiritually because I want to help the world and have orphanages and do something for the world. I'm getting there. I'm moving in that direction where those are starting to be some of my thoughts. Like I would like to do something positive in the world. I'd like to have an orphanage. I'd like to do something like that with my life. But I'm here because I have alcoholism, because I have a disease that's a negative, fault-finding, opinionated, unsatisfiable mind. And that I found for myself that no matter what I get, I'm not satisfied. And when I got to that place, that was a terrible place to be, because if nothing's ever going to satisfy me again, what's the point? What am I doing here? But that is me with alcoholism. That guy is never, there isn't enough money for me to feel good enough about myself. And there isn't enough toys to keep my mind from going crazy on its own. There aren't enough women to distract me from who I am inside. There isn't a big enough house for me to feel like I've arrived. There just isn't, for me. Now that being said, I have a house, and today I am in love with my house. Today I walked out of my house and I looked out my front. I thought, wow, this is my house. I love this house. And in loving the house, I walked over to this newspaper thing that had been thrown in my yard, and in loving my house, I took that newspaper thing and I put it in the garbage instead of leaving it in my front yard for 3 days because I know I'm not going to read it, and I'm just hoping it'll disappear or something because I don't feel like I should have to pick up papers in my front yard for some reason. But when I loved it, in the moment, I'm like, well, I want to take care of it. I want to do something for this house that I love. And I did something, and I had an action, and it felt great. And the man that I get to be when I see that the man that I don't want to be, when I become very aware of who I am without a power, I get to be the best man I've ever been in my whole life, right now in this moment. And that's where this is where I want to live. I want to live here in this connection with a higher power. I want to live, yesterday I think I was in joy, in a state of joy, all day yesterday. Now, what I did was, I sat in a car for 6 hours and went to a 2-hour AA meeting. That doesn't sound like that much joy. And it could have been hell, you know, but somehow, I was treated yesterday. My mind was treated, and I had a beautiful day. I had a beautiful ride out. I had a beautiful ride back. I never once felt put off by being in a car, and the guys I was with were fantastic, and we had fun, and it was an amazing day, amazing. And it's spilling over into today. I'm having a joy hangover. I just feel filled up right now. We can talk, we could talk about alcoholism, we could talk about steps, but what's happening is right now, right here, right now, there's an opportunity for me to claim spiritual progress. And all the talking I can do can't help you to claim spiritual progress. I can't do it. It's something that I have to do in the light of my circumstances right now, or I get to claim some spiritual progress. I came here to grow spiritually. I didn't come here to hear a great speaker or to learn some new stuff about the steps. I am here right now in this moment, here in my body, to claim some spiritual progress. So God, what is that? What did that look like? Who would you have me be? Could you help me? Could you help me to go deeper in my recovery, in my relationship with you right now? And what would you have me do to do that? Having had a spiritual awakening is right now. It's not something I'm going to have later. It's not somewhere I'm going. I'm having a spiritual awakening right now, in this moment, because I'm invoking a power greater than myself into my life right now. Would you be here with me? Could you be with me? Could you help me to be with you? Could you help me hear what's being said? And the more I become aware of that as what I'm doing here, the more I become aware, the more I'm spiritually awakening. Just the awareness. So you can look around the room and see what your mind's telling you right now. Do you like the lighting in here? Does your mind have an opinion about the lighting? Does your mind have an opinion about the shirt I'm wearing? Does your mind have an opinion about what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the opinion is. What matters is, am I aware? Am I aware that I have opinions right now in this moment? Am I aware? Am I alive? Am I present? Am I having an experience? Can you feel that plate in your hand? Are you enjoying that food? It's beautiful, right? Or I could just be unconsciously eating, just shoveling the food in to keep my mind off of what I might become aware of if I was to become aware in this moment. It doesn't even matter if I'm having positive or negative thoughts. What matters is that I'm seeing them. It's okay to have negative thoughts. It's perfectly fine to think terrible about the shirt I'm wearing. I don't care. It doesn't make a bit of difference to me if you like it or you don't like it. But it makes a difference to me if I'm aware of what I'm seeing and what's happening right here in this moment, right now. Because this is the only moment that I could have a relationship with a higher power. And I came here because every AA meeting is an assurance that God will restore me to sanity if I rightly relate myself to it, to him, to her, to whatever it is, to something right now. So it doesn't matter what I'm talking about. We could talk about the first step, the 10th step. We could talk about anything you want to talk about. Am I rightly relating myself to God? That's all that matters. In this moment and in every moment, that's all that matters. Am I being aware of who I am and sharing that with God? The good and the bad. The positive and the negative. Because it's all just thoughts. Nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So I just need to be aware of my thinking. I don't have to change my thoughts. The power of positive thinking is great. If positive thinking could change me. But the only thing that changes me is prayer in the moment that I'm in. You can think positive till your head explodes. Nothing's going to change in your life if you don't. Let me rephrase that. I have had many times where I practiced thinking positively until things didn't go my way long enough, and that positive thinking then went very, very, very dark. Like, what's the use, right? Step 10 is actually what I'm talking about is step 10. Continue to take personal inventory right now. Continue to be aware of my thoughts. That's what personal inventory is. continue to take personal inventory, to be aware right now in this moment who I am, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, who I'm being. Am I with God or am I with me? Am I tearing you apart or am I asking God what I could add to this experience? And when I'm wrong, promptly admitting it to myself and to God. And if I have wronged you, admitting it to you as well. But most of the stuff that goes on, that the inventory, continuing to take personal inventory, is me just seeing how screwed up my thoughts are. How insane I am. How I still think that something is going to make me feel better. Something outside of me is going to do something for me. And so I put my attention, and I don't even put it, it's just gone. I'm not even aware that I have attention. So continue to take personal inventory right now. God, how am I doing? At step 10, I'm asking God how I'm doing. I'm not asking me how I'm doing anymore. It's none of my business how I'm doing. If I ask me how I'm doing, I'm never doing good. I don't have enough money. I don't have the right wife. I don't live in the right house. If I ask me, I'm not sitting next to the right guy. So he can't ask me. I start to rightly relate myself to this higher power. How am I doing, God? What would you have me do? Am I doing your will? Is this your will for me right now? Am I speaking the words you want me to speak, or am I trying to boost my ego by getting people to like me by saying something smart or spiritual? Who am I being right now? Why am I here? What am I doing? God, could you help me do more, better? Could you help me be the man you want me to be? And then something new can happen. My other favorite thing is, God, how are you going to work this out? How are you going to work this one out? I don't have enough money for rent this month. I can't wait to see how you're going to work this one out. He's always worked it out. I've never slept on the street yet. He's always worked it out. Everything I need, I've always had. How are you going to work this one out, God? I have no idea. And I'm excited to see how you're going to do it. I'm willing to do whatever you want to help make that happen. But I'm here to help you. You're not here to help me. God is not here to help me. He's already helped me. There's no help that I need from God. He's already given me all the help there is. And now it's my job to align my will with the help that's already there and experience the benefits of it, the life of it. No matter what's going on, broke or rich, I'm still here to have the experience of being with God. Broke or rich, to have that experience. Neither one is good or bad. It's just a thing. It's just a place. So, we're in step 10.
Yeah. 12 and 12.
Thanks. 12 and 12?
Is the first